Welcome to the Crude and Cruise podcast, where revolution meets fun. My name is Abraham Daniel, and I am a humanist. I greet you this evening here in Nigeria, West Africa. Yes, it's a great day. It's a great day. And, there's a whole lot happening now in both the political space, the social space, and everywhere, especially in Nigeria. And what is trending is the publication or the threat made by the president of America, Donald Trump, concerning Nigeria. It's of course, it is in the public space how they describe our country, a country with a particular concern. Of course, because of it is alleged that the Christians are being pied in the country, and that alone has a great implication. So today we are going to look at a very, very important subject, and like I usually tell my audience, feel very free to be objective, to criticize, to be part of the conversation. If you want to join me live, send requests, I'll bring you up for you to share your view. And what are we looking at today? Like I posted earlier, which is the best approach to solving the Nigerian problem? Which is the best approach? We know that as a country we have problem. We have leadership problem. We have even followership problem. We have a whole lot of problem on our hands. We have security problem, economical problem, a whole lot. But I'm asking us, which approach is best in solving our problems? Number one approach is the Donald Trump approach, using the Christian genocide allegation. That's the Donald Trump approach, using the Christian genocide allegation. Is that the best approach? Because he's talking about the American military invading Nigeria to deal with the terrorists. Do you think is the best approach? Will that solve our problem using the Donald Trump, approach via the Christian genocidal allegation? Do you think is the best approach? And number two is the Nigerian people's approach, taking responsibility. The Nigerian people's approach, taking responsibility to make Nigeria great. Which do you subscribe to? Is it the Donald Trump approach or the Nigerian people's approach? We as a people waking up, taking responsibility. The politicians need to take responsibility. The followers, the civil servant, everyone, the businessman, woman, everybody need to wake up and understand that Nigeria belongs to us. We don't have any other country. If anything happen in Nigeria, look, we are the most populous black nation on earth. If anything happen in Nigeria, where do we move to? Ghana can't contain us. Cameroon can't contain us. South Africa can't contain us. Niger can't contain us. So the approach of the people taking responsibility to own their country, wake up and speak truth to power, irrespective of tribe, religion, or whatever sentiment. Is that approach the best? Now, let me give you some data. We understand that Donald Trump, of course, America is not the first time. America has invaded other countries to solving their problems, either dealing with terrorism, dealing with, anything at all. We have seen that countless times. And history is so there. History is so valid. History is still there to help and guide us. And to most of us that may not understand this history, I'm going to read some data for you. Like I said, please drop a comment. What is your view? Should we go by the Donald Trump approach, or we should go by the people's approach? Waking up and taking responsibility, standing up onto the government and speaking truth to power. We becoming, political conscious, everything, waking up as a people. Which approach is the best? Now, like I said, before I do that, help us share. Let's connect with like minds. And let me give you some database. We have seen how the country of America has invaded some other countries. And Nigerian country will not be the first country America will invade if that happened. But let's look at data. Let's look at history. The first country on my list here is Afghanistan. It happened in 2001 when America invaded Afghanistan to dismantle Al-Qaeda, remove the Taliban from power, followed by a 2-decade, that's 20 years, 2-decade, of operation, by 2-decade nation building and counter-insurgency effort. Highly unstable. Now look at the result. After everything in Afghanistan, from 2001, from 2001, look at the effect. Highly unstable. The US withdrew its forces in August 2021. In Afghanistan, that the US invaded to deal with Al-Qaeda, the situation in Afghanistan right now is highly unstable. The economy is not working. The Taliban that they claim to deal with, the same Taliban are taking full control of the country. So are we saying, is that the kind of approach we need in Nigeria? Because you see, most time when I see people looking for this kind of messianic approach, looking for a savior, people don't like taking responsibility. And that is why some of us that are irreligious people, we talk about, human consciousness, the ability to wake up. There's no Messiah anywhere to come to help you. We need to wake up and own our country and take responsibility. We know we have politicians that are irresponsible, but as a Nigerian or as a people, how many times have you been able to speak truth to power? How many times have you been able to come out to say, no, this is wrong? How many times have you been able to stand for what is right? How many times? The America we celebrate today, the Japan, the China, most of the great countries we celebrate today, our citizens took responsibility to ensure that they have a better country. They never wait for any, or they did not wait for any Messiah. Like I just mentioned, the first on the list, Afghanistan. Afghanistan, till today, they are still battling insurgency. Yeah, distinguished Nnamdi, I greet you specially. If you want to join the conversation, please join. We are looking at what is happening, Donald Trump approach or the people's consciousness approach. Should we go by the U.S. invasion, coming to deal with terrorism and dealing with the bandits? Or should we as a people wake up and say, no, enough is enough? We should be able to talk to our politician. Every politician has a village, has a constituency. We should throw away tribe, throw away religion, throw away most of this ethnic sentiment and stand for what is right for once, if we want a better country. Because I just read one, most of the countries that America has invaded, they have never been the same. Either economically, politically, in any way, socially, they have never been the same. The number one I just mentioned is Afghanistan. Afghanistan have never been the same since 2001. They withdrew their operation in 2021. Afghanistan have never been the same. Another country that the US invaded that we need to look at, that is very, very important, is another country is let me look at that. Now, before I talk about that, okay, another country that US invade is Iraq. US invaded Iraq. And that happened in 2003 when US invaded Iraq. Go and check what happened in Iraq. They invaded Iraq to remove Saddam Hussein, linked to the war of terror, because, of course, Saddam Hussein, we all heard the news. They invaded there to remove Saddam Hussein. Now, what happened? It followed by years of counter-insurgencies and nation building. Fragile stability, ongoing challenges. Why not in a state of full-scale war? Iraq continued to face significant political instability, sectarian tension, corruption, and ongoing through diminished threat from remaining ISIS element and support for local partners. So with all that the US did in Iraq, that they took away Saddam Hussein, Till now, presently, the country is unstable. The first one I mentioned is Afghanistan. In 2001, Afghanistan is still unstable. The second is Iraq. It's still unstable. It's still unstable. So when we are saying, oh, you see, I keep telling, okay, let me read this comment from Distinguished Nnamdi. We are praying here at 95%. Daddy in the sky will help us. So allow us to keep praying. Donald Trump is now the Jesus of Christian. and it is laughable. It's highly comical. How people, want some Messiah. We've been telling them that this Jesus thing do not work. They never listened to us. They never listened. We said Jesus thing do not work. Jesus is just a myth. It's just an illusion that makes you happy. It's just like when you take an alcohol. It just makes you happy. Hopeless hope. Many did not listen. But today, reality now has dawned on them that Jesus will not save them. Now he's Donald Trump. And honestly, to expand that comment. So we have seen how U.S. has invaded. Distinguished Simi. Thank you so much. I greet you specially. We have seen how the U.S. invaded Afghanistan in 2001 and nothing happened. In 2003, they invaded Iraq to deal with Saddam Hussein. With all the invasion in these two countries or two nations, nothing has happened. The country is still backward. The country economically is not working. Politically is not working. It's unstable. The terrorists that claim to eradicate, they are still there dealing with the people. As a matter of fact, the terrorists are more vibrant there now than before. So as you Christians, wishing for Donald Trump to come help you, be careful. Because what you wish may go beyond, you may begin to wish differently. When you are confronted with reality. We have seen that in Afghanistan. When they invaded, that country till now is struggling. We have seen that of Iraq. The next we see is Syria. Airstrike, drones, operation, and support for local partner forces against ISIS and other militia groups, particularly after 2014. The U.S. completed the destruction of the ISIS caliphate. That is in March 2019. Highly unstable. Syria now, highly unstable. War-torn Syria remain embroiled in complex, multi-sided civil war with various domestic and international actors involved. Large part of the country are outside central government control, and the humanitarian situation is terrible. So Syria, they invaded, they assisted them. Look at Syria. Syria is struggling. Humanitarian crisis. They are going through pain. They can't recover. Yeah, let me look at this comment from my distinguished Ayokunle. Showore has said it all. All we need is good leadership and respect of rule of law and democratic principles. The US and other European countries are the ones aiding and abating corruption by let me look at it. Corruption by our leaders. If they so wish to help us, it should be in the area of strengthening our democracy and rule of law, and training our people. You see, I love this from our distinguished Ayokunle. Training our people, strengthening our democracy. If there's so much love us, and training our people to face the terrorists by ourselves. You see, like I think one military head of state said, if insurgency exceed 24 hours in any country, the government is aware. The government hand is there. We know that the government, however you want to put it, however you want to see it, know these people. They know their sponsor. Sometimes they lack the political will. That is what we should be talking about. Mounting pressure. You see, if we begin to ask, oh, US, come help us. Oh, Donald Trump, come help us. Like I just mentioned. I've mentioned 3 countries now. I've mentioned Afghanistan. Afghanistan have not remained the same. I've mentioned Iraq. Iraq has not remained the same. I've mentioned Syria. Syria have not remained the same. We must learn from history so that we don't repeat history. If we don't learn from history, we may repeat history. I want to talk to Christians. Stop allowing your emotions to drive you. It is high time you close your churches. Let's occupy the streets and demonstrate and march to Aso Rock and march to National Assembly. Let's make laws that support, like distinguished Showore said, let's make laws that enable good principles, laws that helps growth and development. That is what we should be talking about. Let's begin to make demand for accountability. Your local government chairman, your councillor, your governor, your senator, your House of Representatives, the president, the senators. We should begin to demand for accountability. That is what it is. As a matter of fact, US is not the better. US is not the better. I just mentioned 3 countries that they invaded. After their invasion, these countries have not recovered. Every war in any country, each war in any country is best fought locally. Wars in countries is best fought locally. All we need from them is support. But telling us their men will come to Nigeria, be careful. Christians, be careful. And that's why I tell people, don't allow your emotions to drive you. And that's why people like us that are religious people, we promote critical thinking. And I wish, and that part of what we are doing is to write petition to National Assembly to enable subject that enable people to think. Critical thinking subject. Let people engage their mind. Downplay religion. Religion shouldn't be at workplace. Religion should be a private, personal affair. That is what we are talking about. If we want a better country, we must own it. We must take responsibility. We must wake up. America cannot help us. They are not our Messiah. They were never Messiah in Afghanistan. Afghanistan, their people are going through pain till today. They are never Messiah in Iraq. Even when they move Saddam Hussein, they are never Messiah. Yes, they will eventually, from my distinguished the king of the game, they will eventually show their hands in West Africa. And that's a game. They have a plan. They just want to take over, dominate Africa. They know that Africa is blessed and Nigeria is the most populous black nation on earth. We have the resources. We have the human capital. We have everything. Their target is what we have, not who we are. They don't love Christians. You think Donald Trump is a Christian? He's not a Christian. You think most of these senators talking, they are Christians? They are not Christians. When you see them praying, using Bible to pray, it is all political gimmicks. They are using it to work on your mind. Wake up. Look at Afghanistan. Look at Afghanistan. That country have not remained the same. Look at Iraq. After they dealt with Saddam Hussein, that country have not remained the same. Look at Syria. Syria have not remained the same. Okay? You see, blossoming grace. I know you're a victim. You are very, very ignorant. So I feel for you. You are part of the problem. And one day you wake up to reality. One day you wake up to reality. Now let's look at another country. The US invaded, and that country never remained the same. Another country they invaded is Libya. You remember Libya? When they invaded Libya, airstrike as part of NATO-led intervention in 2011 to remove Gaddafi, Muammar Gaddafi, followed by a focus on counter-terrorism operation against subsequent militant group. Now, after they invaded Libya, let's look and by Gaddafi. Look at the state of Libya. Libya right now, highly unstable. Libya is highly unstable, fragmented, with rival governments and numerous militias vying for power. That is, Libya right now is having multiple leaders, highly unstable. You have different factions vying for power. Libya, you remember Gaddafi. They told us that Gaddafi was a bad person, a bad leader. And as a matter of fact, if you don't know history, these guys have a way of changing narrative. They told us Maman Gaddafi was a bad leader. It is now we discover that he wasn't a bad leader. These guys presented him to be a bad leader so that they could destroy Libya. Look at Libya today. Okay, Gaddafi is gone. How far? We must unite. We understand. I'm not a supporter of APC. Neither am I a fan of Tinubu. But beyond Tinubu, we are Nigerians, and Nigeria first. We must defend our country. We must not allow intruders. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. If we allow intruders to invade Nigeria, we may regret it. We may regret it. It is high time we wake up. Countries like China, countries like India, countries like Japan, countries like North Korea, South Korea. Do you know why they are what they are today? Their people stood for their country. Their people stood for their country. In the words of Barack Obama, he said, don't think of what America will do for you. Think of what you will do for America. I challenge Nigerians today. I challenge the so-called Christians. What have you contributed to Nigeria? What is your contribution? What have you contributed? What role are you playing for us to have a better society in terms of security, in terms of values? What are you contributing? Are you part of those pulling down this country? When I watch and I go through social media, I see most of these people talking, oh, yeah, Donald Trump, enter. Most of them stays abroad. They are not in Nigeria. As they are talking, they are not stakeholders. Most of them are looking for appointment. Most of them, I watch a professor. Sometimes I understood that most education is good, but education is not good. Most of these people, they don't even know nothing. I watched a professor talking, and he was encouraging Donald Trump to invade Nigeria, and I said, like, wow, because he lives in America. These are people that are looking for opportunity for green card, looking for, so that nothing will happen to their residency. We need to wake up. Nigeria, we need to wake up. Libya, since the invasion of NATO in Libya has not remained the same. Libya has not remained the same. Afghanistan have not remained the same. Iraq has not remained the same. If we allow these guys enter Nigeria, they will invade the whole of Africa. Another colonization is coming. We must wake up. Another colonization is coming. We must wake up. We may not subscribe to Tinubu. We may not subscribe to APC. But we are first Nigerians. If you are a Christian, if you are a Muslim, you are first a human being. You were first a human being. It is time for us to wake up and defend our country. We don't have any other country. People like us, we don't have any other country. Nigeria is the only country we have. If US invade us today, you think you'll be safe? You think your family members will be safe? The same Christian. You see, when we talk about invasion, war do not know tribe or religion. It won't have, it's not like carrot and stick approach. We need to wake up. Now, I just mentioned Afghanistan. They invaded Afghanistan. Afghanistan have not remained the same. They invaded Iraq. Iraq has not remained the same. They invaded Libya. Libya have not remained the same. They invaded Syria. Syria have not remained the same. Look at another country they invaded. Somalia. If you remember Somalia. They invaded Somalia. They use air, drone strike, along with assistance and training for local security forces against Al-Shabaab militant. Now look at the state of Somalia. Somalia is fragile. Stability is ongoing. Conflict. Somalia continue to experience significant challenges from Al-Shabaab, which control part of the country and carries out frequent attack. The central government authority is limited outside the capital and key areas. You see, Somalia is going through pain today. Al-Shabaab is dealing with them. Despite the fact that America helped them, despite the fact that America invaded there, our solution is not from America. We own the country. We know these criminals. All we need to do is to wake up and mount pressure on our politicians. Look at men like Shori. Look at men like P2B. Look at men. It is time for us to wake up. Lay aside our differences. Let's unite and rescue our nation. When politicians during election, when they come and give us crumbs, let's throw it back at them. Let's look at competence, not tribe. Let's look at competence, not religion. Some of us are irreligious. So when we are talking about leadership, somebody said Muslim, Christian, Muslim, to hell with that. Let's begin to focus on competence. What can you do? One of the most successful elections we have ever had was the Abiola election. And they were Muslims. It's not all about Muslims. It's not about religion. Let's talk about delivery. Let's talk about delivery. Can they deliver? Do you have capacity? We must give room for rigorous debate. Rigorous debate. No presidential candidate will come up and say he or she will not debate. Rigorous debate. We'll be talking about capacity. We'll be talking about delivery. We'll look at your past antecedent. Let's leave. Let's put aside religion, tribe. Oh, it's from my people. It's from my place. It's from my this. That has never helped anybody. I've told us it is not all about US. Come. We may not be able to withstand them. These guys have intention. Donald Trump just have 4 years. Less than 3 years, he'll be gone. The next government, if they invaded, the next government, if they carry out their intention, the next government may decide to do otherwise. So, you see what will happen? You see what will happen? We must not live at the mercies of this country. Nigeria is a sovereign nation, and we must stand by to defend our sovereignty. We must. Another country that US invaded, until this moment, that country has not remained the same, is Pakistan. Pakistan faces persistent domestic terrorism and political instability. Since US helped to fight terrorism in Pakistan, they are still facing persistent domestic terrorism and political instability. It is one of the countries most impacted by terrorism, according to global indices. Though the central government maintains control over most of the country. Another country, let me mention another country. Yemen, they call it Yemen. Yemen, US uses of airstrike and drone strike against Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula and other militia group. Till today, Yemen has not recovered. Till today, Pakistan has not recovered. Till today, Somalian have not recovered. Till today, Afghanistan have not recovered. Till today, Libya has not recovered. Till today, Syria have not recovered. Don't let Nigeria enter that list. Don't. We need to wake up. We need to wake up and stand behind our president for now. As a matter of fact, Tinubu is a president. There's nothing we can do about it. If we want to do the right thing, it is the right thing is to stand behind him and push for accountability. Let him do what is right. If he can't do what is right, let him resign. Leadership is not by force. Leadership is not by force. Tinubu, if you can't deliver, resign. It's not by force. It's not family affair. It's not hereditary. Nigeria is made up of over 200 million people. If you can't do it, resign. Move. Let somebody else take over. We have capacity. We have great men. Globally, Nigerians are well represented. We are doing well in every sector. We can't allow some docile politicians to allow these external folks call us people that have no sense, people that have no capacity to lead themselves. We have capacity. We have been victims of bad leadership. And it is time we Nigerians wake up. It is time we wake up. It is time we wake up. It is time we wake up. If you don't wake up, if I don't wake up, who will? Americans can't do it for you. Americans have their problem. Americans have their interest. They'll tell you they love you. They don't love you. Nobody can love you like yourself. Nobody. We must speak truth to power. We must speak truth to power. We must put aside tribe, ethnicity, religion. He is from my place, he's my brother. We must put it aside. We must look for competence. It is not about whether it is Muslim, irreligious person. We even don't even need downplay religion. Take religion away from public space. How can you have church or mosque in public space? Come on, you go to work. You are there to work. You are not there to pray. Go to work, do your job and get out. If you want to practice your religion, it should be a private affair. Why do you come to marketplace and be preaching? You have church in marketplaces. People are there to do business, not to hear any gospel. Gospel is preached in churches or mosque. We must begin to understand that religion is a private affair and begin to prioritize the growth of this country. We must begin to prioritize the growth of this country. These politicians, enough is enough. Enough is enough. We won't allow you destroy our country. That is what Nigerians should be doing right now. Standing against these politicians. If your brother is a politician, is a thief, he is a thief. Look at the EFCC chairman, look at the ICPC, look at them. If they don't have capacity, resign. The police head, if you don't have capacity, resign. It's not by force. We want a Nigeria that can work. It won't be in our time that the US will invade Nigeria. Enough is enough. We are a sovereign country. We must wake up. Nobody will do it for us. I always tell people, the countries you see today that are great, it wasn't skyrocket. Their people took responsibility. Their people own the government. Their people own the government. Their people own the country. Their people own their country. The power sector is down. The educational sector is down. All the sectors are down because we have bad leaders, bad politicians. They know where these insurgencies are. They know where these terrorists are. They know. They lack the political will. And that is why you see someone like Donald Trump talk to us derogatorily, because we have failed ourselves. We need to wake up, Nigerian people. We need to wake up. And that's why you see, we are for revolution. Whatever however you want to call it, however you want to place it, we are for revolution. Wake up. We need a total overhaul of this system. The civil service system need to be overhauled. The economical system need to be, look at NNPC. With all the refineries, today, none is working. Dangote refinery just started and is working. You go to police is asking you, what do you bring for us? Excuse me. You go to police station, police is asking you, what do you bring for us? They meet you on the street, they also ask you. Nepotism, favoritism. This thing don't just happen in public space or civil service. It's even happening in churches, in mosques. We need to wake up. It is no more our turn. Like people will claim it is our turn. No, it is Nigerians' turn. It is Nigerians' turn. And I will speak to Tinubu. Be careful. You have to wake up. If you can't do it, resign. If you can't do it, resign. It is not by force. Remember Saddam Hussein? Remember, if you can't do it, resign. It won't be in your time that US will invade Nigeria. It won't be in our time. I urge everyone to wake up. We must wake up. Nigeria must work. If Nigeria doesn't work, where do we go to? Ghana? Ghana have no capacity to accommodate us. Where do we go to? Cameroon? They are facing their own. Niger is facing our own. Where? Which country? Which country? Cotonou? Benin Republic? They are facing their own. We need to wake up. Election should not be a do or die. Election should be for the best candidate. Whether the person is your person, the person is short, tall, Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, whatever. As long as the person have capacity to deliver, give it to the person. Politicians, both in National Assembly, the governors, the president, enough is enough. You guys have brought disgrace and shame to us as a people. Over 200 million people. Look at what you have reduced us to. That they could look at, US could look at. Of course, I respect them. The great system, great government. But they should respect our sovereignty. You guys have made them not to respect our sovereignty because of your attitude. Corruption. Wake up, bro. Wake up, bro. Now, let me look at some comments here. Excuse me. Let me look at some comments here. Okay. I want to drink water. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I never saw only Christians are happy over, from Distinguished Nambi. Only Christians are happy over the plans of Donald Trump to invade Nigeria. Critical thinkers are seeing the long run implication. I love you, bro. Critical thinkers, and that's why I recommend part of what we very soon, we the religious people, part of what we are going to be pushed into National Assembly is to enable critical thinking curriculums in our schools, from primary school, secondary school, down up to the university. Critical thinkers are seeing the long run implication. But these emotional Christians are busy shouting, God wants to use Donald Trump to help us or to save us. And it's true. You see, religious people are too emotional for my liking. Too emotional. They don't think, they don't look beyond. They just look at the periphery. And that's why we say, no, Donald Trump, you're not coming here. Face your country. You got problems there. You went to US went to Afghanistan, they've not been the same. You went to Pakistan have not been the same. You went to Syria have not been the same. You went to Iraq has not been the same. You went to Yemen has not been the same. I can go on and on. We don't need you in Nigeria. Nigeria and Nigerians, we can take care of ourselves. And that's why we are speaking to our leaders today. Tinubu, if you can't do it, resign. All the service chiefs, even though they just brought you in, if you can do it, resign. The police chief, you can't do it, resign. You are a civil servant, you can't do it, resign. We need revolution. And that's why a man like Showore, people should come together irrespective of, look, we have to come together now. We have to come together. Men like Showore, P2B, great people must come together now to redeem Nigeria. Atiku, whoever you are, because look, we are all stakeholders. We have a lot to lose. Don't mind these young folks that do not know history, have not studied history. Some of these so-called men and women that live abroad, they think that because they live abroad, it's okay, they are safe. But we have been hearing of deportation. We've been hearing of deportation. So be careful. Be careful of what you wish Nigeria. Because some of you Nigerians that are living abroad thinking everything is okay, so you mock us and you enable some of these things. Be careful. Be careful, because deportation is real. These countries that you are in now may not be safe forever. Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine used to be a very beautiful place. We used to have, Nigerians in Ukraine. We are there today because of the war. They are all gone. They had to leave. So you are in Canada, you are in Europe, and you are mocking, fueling this war. Oh, yeah, it's genocide. They are buying Christian. You are fueling it. Be careful, because even in that country, know that you are not a full citizen. Even if you have their green card, you are not. You are an adopted child. And one day they will remind you that you are not one of us. War can happen there too. War can happen. Natural disaster can happen there. So don't sit there and fuel insurgency. Don't sit there and be beating the drums of war. Let me look at this comment from Distinguished Chris. He said it will happen only in your imagination. No go look for blah, blah, blah. Okay, you see, these are the problem. You are our victims. I feel for you. I feel for you. I feel for you. But what we see is that we need a better country. So whatever you wish, your leaders, your politicians, and the problem with most of you religious people is that you just wish, you don't do anything. How many of you have protested before? How many of you have stood for good governance before? How many of you? You sit in your church and pray. As I keep telling people, prayer do not solve problems. I don't pray. Pray for what? Look at countries, they don't pray. They don't pray. I beg you, it is time for us to wake up. Yeah, from distinguished Nnamdi, you are hitting it hard, my distinguished. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We must speak truth to power. We must let these people know that Nigeria belongs to all of us. And if we go down in history, our children will blame us. We failed. It will be that we failed. We must wake up. Yeah, from distinguished Simi, I say I really feel your vibe. Thank you so much. We just need to speak out. If we don't speak out, history will have it that when it was time for us to speak, we were quiet. We can't be coward. We can't. We must speak out. We don't want to be like Afghanistan. We don't want to be like Iraq. We don't want to be like Syria. We don't want to be like Somalia. We don't want to be like Yemen. We don't want America in Nigeria. If you want to do anything, collaborate with our armed forces. Collaborate with our politicians. Collaborate with whatever you need, whoever you need to collaborate with. But for you to physically invade Nigeria, no. Nigeria is a sovereign nation and we stand by that sovereignty. We know the politicians, they know the problems. Most times they lack the political will. The military guys, the armed forces, they know the problem. Most times the politicians frustrate them by not getting them the right hardware or even software. But today we are speaking to the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Tinubu, it is time for you to wake up. Don't let Nigeria fail in your time. If not, posterity will hold you accountable. Don't let Nigeria go down in history. In your time, wake up. If you can't do it, step aside. Let competent people take over. National Assembly, the Senate President, if you can't do it, step aside, take a bow. It is even more honorable to accept that I can't do it. Let a better person come in. Let better people. We have young people, both young and old, men and women with great talent that can do great things in Nigeria. It is time for us to wake up. It is time for us to wake up. War will not favor anybody. War do not favor anybody. Whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, a religious person, whether you are APC, PDP, whoever you are, war do not favor anybody. We don't need it. We don't need it. He should go solve his problem in the US. America got their problems. Nigeria we got our problems. We know our problem. And that's why I said the people, we must wake up and unite with one voice, good governance. With one voice, good governance, good economy. We can do it. We have all it takes to be a great nation. We have the gold. We have all the precious stone. We have the crude. We have the manpower. We have everything. Globally, Nigerians are trending in art, in sport, in anything. It is time for us to wake up and call it spade a spade. It is time. Let me look at comment today. Excuse me. Let me look at comment. To happen. Religious people always wait for a savior. Yes, from distinguished team. Religious people always wait for a savior, and that's it. They always wait for a savior. They keep waiting for Jesus. That's a problem, and that's why these guys understand the game, and that's why they are using religion to penetrate Nigeria. They understood that the easiest way to penetrate Nigeria is via religion, and that's why they say, oh, there's a religious genocide. You know, they are using that to crack, to penetrate, because they are very emotional. They always look for savior. They don't know that they are the savior. You are the savior. That's why when you go to church, you keep your brain outside. Don't think. Your pastor keep downloading wrong software into your score. Sit at home and get some sense. Wake up and think. Think. Think you've been going to church. What solution has that brought? What solution? Most of these countries, Yemen, Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, all these countries I mentioned that US invaded, all of them have something in common. They are religious countries. All of them. The Syria, Afghanistan, all of them, Somalia, Yemen, all of them, Pakistan, all of them have something in common. What do they have in common? They are religious countries. Religious countries. Very religious. Check history. The more religious a country is, the more backward that country. The more religious a country, the more backward the country. We must wake up as a people. We must wake up. It is time to deconstruct. Religion has never helped anybody. And that's why the US are using religion to penetrate you. They'll tell you they pray Lord's Prayer. But in reality, they don't pray Lord's Prayer. It is called cosmetic, plastic. It is fake. It is fake. It's like somebody wearing masquerade. It is not real. They have a form of religion, but in reality, they don't practice religion. US don't practice Christianity. It's not. It's not. If they do, they won't be doing what they are doing. They don't. They know what they are doing. They just hide under the umbrella of Christianity. We need to wake up. All the countries they invaded, all of them are all religious countries. Islamic country, all. Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, all of them, all religious countries. So the more religious a country is, the more backward. We need to wake up and activate critical thinking. Let's wake up, wake up. It is time, yes, from distinguished Queen Olive, deconstruction. It is time to deconstruct. It is time to wake up. You've been going to church. What has that done for you? No savior is coming. You are the savior. You are the savior. You have the capacity to solve problems. You have the capacity to give solution. You have it. Nigeria is blessed. We have the strength. We have it. And we must wake up. These enemies, what are their percentage? What are their percentage? If we have the political will, that's all we need. And we are talking to our politicians. If you're a governor, like I said, the president, it is time for you to wake up. Let it not be in your time that America will invade Nigeria. Let history never have it that it was when President Tinubu was president that America invaded Nigeria. Help me tag President Tinubu. It will be a monumental failure for you. Our great-grandchildren will curse you if you allow that to happen. You need to wake up and stand up like a man and look for the right people. Put aside politics. Put aside political party. Look for the right people. Put, right, the round peg in the round hole. The right people. People with great capacity and capability to handle the case. It is time to wake up. And if you can't do it, resign. It's not a crime to resign. You are not a coward. If you can't do it, resign. Thank you so much. Let me look at comment. Comment. Blossoming. Your name is Blossoming. Why are you not blossoming? What's wrong with you? Your name is Blossoming and you're not blossoming. What happened? Upstairs, 0. Okay, you asked me, nice one. Yeah, I love you, man. Love you. Please, let's help share. Let's connect with likes, mine. And as I round off today, like I said earlier, we started and we said, which do we prefer? Is it Donald Trump approach or the people's approach? Nigerian people waking up, taking up responsibility and speaking truth to power, activating political will. For me, I prefer plan B. Let's speak truth to power. Let's tell our politicians the truth. If they can't do it, resign. We are giving Tinubu 1 week. If you can't do it, resign. Senate President, if you can't put in the enabling laws that will help a better society, resign. The police chief, if you can't do it, move away. The service chiefs, if you can't do it, move away. Let somebody else come in. We are over 200 million people for that matter. We have capacity. We have great minds. And as I round off, don't forget, when America invaded Afghanistan, till today, since 2001, they invaded Afghanistan. That country have not been the same. Okay, from Distinguished Emmanuel, he said, Donald Trump approach will help to strengthen and improve Nigeria's security formation. No. Of course, the only thing I may think about his approach is maybe it's a wake-up call. it's a wake-up call. But for Americans to be in Nigeria, no way. We are a sovereign nation. We have the capacity. This war is locally played. If we have political will, within 1 week it will be handled. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. And like I said, help us share. Let's connect with like mine. Thank you and have a great day.